So what happened yesterday night?
Well, yesterday night up until this morning.
Exactly. It's the third day of the festival.
Is it the third day? The fourth? It's all a blur. Especially between script writing until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Yes.
4 days.
4 days in. So the first night here at the festival, Stamatis and I went for a walk in the neighborhood, and we got inspired by sharing a story that I was sharing. Since I came from here to the airport, I met 4 guys named Andreas.
Unbelievable.
And I was like, is everybody here named Andreas? So we put a whole story behind it. And initially, it was going to be like a long short, but you invited us to Pegasus, and so it became a short. So we talked about the Andreases that we've met, that I've met here, and we wrote a script about it. So Takis joined in, Stamatis, myself,
Tom.
2 o'clock in the morning, this is writing. 2 o'clock in the morning, we wrote the script, we set up, and then we also recruited Tom Waller from Thailand. Yes, the producer director of The Cave.
Famous cast in your script and your film.
We casted people from here. We had even the front desk guy. His name is Andreas. We cast him. He plays the last character in our story and did very well, right? We were up until last night doing him, and then this morning we finished it. We went through the neighborhood because Stamatis and I had gone and went through the neighborhood. So we jumped on a little neighborhood bus. We did some filming. We went down to Solomon Square. We did some filming. So we finished it. We completed the film. We call it The Island Heritage, and it's going to be screened on Wednesday night.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Golden Picasso Cinema Lab runs again in the festival. I'm so proud of you.
Me too, thank you.
And what happened afterwards today?
Oh, then I attended a class given by Scott from the US. He gave us a class called Bridging the Second Act, and he did a really very informative, because most of us that are here are multi-hat wearers. Like myself, I'm a producer, I'm a writer, I'm a director, and usually I put my whole films together myself. So he was teaching us about the importance of that second act, that some of us by nature write it like that, to actually learn the structure was very, very interesting.
The Hollywood style.
The Hollywood style, yes, the full structure of it. And it was very interesting because he kind of talked about what we fill in that when he says bridging the second act. What he means is you have the first act, the third act, and then that in between, which is the storytelling. So that was very informative. He kind of walked us through the hero's journey, building our character arcs, things such as that, which of course is very good information for any screenwriter or any director to really truly understand that middle portion. That's the story. That's what holds your audience. So that was very good.
At any stage of his script or her script writing. And we had the opportunity to present our scripts for a future project and to exchange ideas.
Yes,
and
we did.
Feedback.
And get feedback, So my film that's in the festival is called Toxic Love. And Toxic Love is the story of a wealthy white couple. They're like Ken and Barbie, right? So everybody thinks that Ken and Barbie are perfect, which is an American phrase, Ken and Barbie. They're like these perfect dolls, perfect guy, perfect girl, right? So this is the couple. It's Max and Alexis. And everyone looks at them and they think they have all the money and the cars and they travel and they do all this. They must be the perfect couple. Well, Toxic Love tells the story of the fact that what goes on behind closed doors is not what we always see, right? Kind of like all our Facebook posts and social media isn't the true us, right? So in the story, Toxic Love, I talk about behind the scenes, which is them actually dealing with domestic violence within their home. Now, it is a proof of concept, so it's a short film that tells the folks that I'm going to be looking for investments the basic intro of the story for a movie called The Price You Pay. okay? And this is what I shared in the class. So she shared her story, I shared the Price You Pay story, which builds out the story of Alexis and Max. You get to learn more about them, their challenges, their ups and downs, their second act, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it was it's very informative, it's very timely, because especially during pandemic, so many people were stuck home and there was no way for people to see that domestic violence was really happening at homes, even for the children. Because remember, when the children were going to school, if someone put their hands on a child at home, someone at school would usually see it, a teacher, a nurse, a friend. But when you locked everybody in the home together, now you have abusers and victims stuck in a house together, and there's no way out. There's no, like, you can't pick up the phone and call, or you can't this, you know, because you're so afraid, you're terrified. You're literally having to live with this person 24/7 for this pandemic lockdown. So unfortunately, that was a sad situation, because thank God we didn't lose as many as we could have, but a lot of people could have been lost at the hands of someone who loved them, because they were locked in that situation.
Okay, excellent. So what else, how's your time here in Cyprus, apart from doing all these interesting things? Did you see something about Nicosia?
Well, what I really enjoyed about Nicosia when was exploring it with my friend Stamatis, he and I have just kind of really got to see the neighborhood, which inspired us. It was like full inspiration. You know, we saw a house and we're walking down a street into an alley. We're going, oh wait, you know what you could do with this? You could go with a total creative mind. Just total, like, you know, we're putting together stories and all this kind of stuff. Just walking, just enjoying this beautiful Cyprus weather. The weather's beautiful here. You know, so I was very inspired by this, and I love, you'll see when you see our finished product, Island Heritage, you're going to see a lot of, we did some establishing and B-rolls and stuff like that. So you'll see what we were seeing in the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you, Tamia. I'm looking forward to see the product of the Picasso Cinema Lab. And I wish you a more enjoyable time.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be here, to do that, to screen my film here, not only here in Nicosia, but also in Larnaca, you know, so that's just like amazing. So I so appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.